And welcome back to our webinar with Attorney Oliver Yuan on the topic Force Majeure, the COVID-19 virus, of course, kasama dyan yung kontrata that has been discussed. And it's been very enlightening and we haven't been informed about, I really love the term extraordinary, grabe, no? Extraordinary. So now, we've been doing this is also an extraordinary feat or achievement or project and which was made possible through Ariva Achievers Foundation, the Bayanihan Act 2020, and the Bayan ng Mahayhay. This is what we call the support our frontliners, extraordinary Filipinos like you, like all of us. We are doing our best, and this is what we do. We help each other during COVID-19. We've been teaching you for free, and this has been made possible by speakers and experts in their field like Attorney Oliver Yuan. So, sir, Attorney, maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
That's been made possible by people like them. And the free content was given to you so that you can watch it over and over again, grow yourself, grow your knowledge, and at least we can, of course, change our attitude about things, upscale ourselves, and perhaps we can have a new way of doing things, which is what we call habit. Now, we also have to have a habit of giving because this is the call of the moment. As we give back to you and we pay forward, we ask you to pay it forward as well. As you gain free access, you can donate an amount, 100 pesos and up, and whatever the proceeds will be, will go directly to the Bayanihan Act 2020 and Bayan ng Mahayhay. Together, let's show our support to our fellow Filipinos who are in survival mode during this difficult time of the global health crisis. So act now, let's click and donate. Ayan, no? So in the paid scheduled events like concerts, theater, plays, ayan, so may mga announcement dyan, si Miss Irish sa Ariva Academy Philippines Inc. chat group. All right, so ready na po ba tayo for the Q&A? So here are the mechanics. If you are a Zoom participant, you may want to type in your question at the Q&A box because as of this moment, we'll be opening the Q&A box. You may also do a Zoom live question. I'm sure ang daming HR practitioners dito na maraming tanong, especially that we've been enlightened that yes, COVID-19 is also a force majeure. And for our Facebook Live viewers, and via Zoom, yes, or YouTube viewers, ayan, pwede kayong mag-type ng questions sa comment box. All right, so Attorney, ready na po ba tayo?
Yep. Let's begin.
From the Q&A box, Michael John Linga, how about pro-form invoice? Can we use it as a contract and the customer has signed it?
Yes. Yes, as long as it would show there the intention of the parties, what kind of transaction are they entering into, it could be considered a contract.
Very good. Thank you, sir. For another question, follow-up question by Michael John Linga, what if the body of the contract does not have the conditions, provisions, and articles? Can we assume that it is already understandable?
Are we talking about fortuitous event or force majeure?
Ayan, hindi clarify ni Michael John Linga. So what if attorney, yun nga,
Okay, I would assume he's referring to force majeure provision or fortuitous event. As I've explained earlier, if there is no provision for force majeure, then we apply the general rule. The person may not incur liability because by reason of force majeure under the law, we are exempted from any liability unless it is stipulated in the contract.
Thank you, Attorney. Now, from our president, in a paid scheduled events like President Ms. Irish Malonda Sancho.
Yes.
In a paid scheduled events like concerts, theater plays, conferences, the events are put on hold due to lockdown and limitation on mass gatherings. Until further notice, are the organizers obliged to refund the payments ASA?
Actually, it would depend on the terms and conditions of the contract that they have entered into. In some contracts, they do provide a reimbursement, but sometimes not 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot assume as a general rule that they should reimburse whatever down payment given to them or whatever payment. So it would depend on the terms and conditions.
Okay, so I have friends who are organizers of concerts. So what they do is they would say, hold on to your tickets, and so that when everything becomes normal again and we hold it at the MOA Arena, those tickets will still be valid. Some
Yes,
organizers did that. Will that be okay, attorney?
that would be okay. As long
Wonderful.
as the parties are willing to agree on that, there's no problem.
Thank you, sir. From Nancy Sevilla, the DTI issued MC number 2029 on 2nd of June 2020, providing for a 6-month amortization schedule for rents falling due during the CQ for affected lessees, those who were unable to work, business were not allowed to operate. Wait. 6 months is reckoned from the expiry of the 30-day grace period. So what's your opinion on that, sir?
Well, DTI can do that. But if we're going to refer to the Bayanihan to Will as One Act, it doesn't say there that DTI can actually give a 6 months sort of a moratorium.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem there is, after 6 months, will you have to pay everything in full, or again, can you be allowed to pay it on a staggered basis? So actually, for me, the problem is not the moratorium period to be given to you. It's really your financial capacity to pay it in full after that.
Thank you, sir, for that. Again, from Michael John Linga, what if customer buys from our company, pays 100%, but due to COVID, our cargo was delayed? Customer insists to refund the money, but we booked the order. Shall we return the money or we keep and deliver the cargo?
Well, the question is who incurred the who is the cause of the problem? I mean, if it's COVID-19,
COVID-19 daw po, attorney.
that's the reason why the cargo has not left the port probably. Well, I think pwedeng hindi nila ibalik yung yung payment. Antayin na lang kasi it's not their fault na hindi nakarating yung cargo eh.
Kasi it's ordinary for fortuitous.
Oo, fortuitous event yun eh. Oo. Pero again, depende kung may kontrata sila o wala eh. Kung may kontrata, again, babalik tayo, ano yung nakalagay sa kontrata. Pero kung wala, and it's a caused by a fortuitous event, then pwede lang di balik dahil wala silang kasalanan doon.
Okay. Attorney, anonymous attendee is asking you paano po kung may hinuhulugang sasakyan na hindi pa tapos pero na total wreck ito, kailangan po bang tapusin ang mga natitirang installments?
Yes. Kasi meron kang contract nung nag-loan ka na you have to pay it in full. So that's the reason why meron tayong mga insurance na require. That would cover yung expenses doon sa wreck na nangyari.
In fact, attorney, nagtrabaho kasi ako. First job ko in 1994 was in automobile industry So, yung mga kliyente ko, mas gusto nilang ma-total wreck kesa makarnap.
Yes.
Alam niyo kung bakit, attorney? Kasi pag total wreck, papalitan. Pero pag karnap, pag nakuha ulit at naibalik, kung gaanong itsura nyo, kung gaano kapangit at kalaspag, kailangan tanggapin.
Yun. Another problem is that ang hirap nung proseso sa carnap vehicles.
Oo, yun pa. Kaya nga, some people would say, you would say napaka-negative naman ng thought na yun na sana mas total wreck na lang. Pero practically speaking, that's their choice.
Ang problema dyan na nakikita ko, minsan may mga nagka-car loan, required ang insurance for these
required lagi, tapos.
Ang problema, kung hindi mo renew yung insurance mo and then something happen. So, obligado ka pa rin bayaran yung amortization mo. Tapos, sasagutin mo pa yung pagpapagawa mo kasi hindi ka covered ng insurance.
Totoo yun. Attorney, in the case na akala mo, in-insure ng agent yung kotse mo, hindi pala. Sino
Ano?
pala nagot nun?
No, kasi normally yung nag-loan din ng nagpapa-insure. Yung proseso tinutulungan siya, let's say sa bangko. Tutulungan ka ng bangko i-renew yung insurance. Pero you have to pay. So if you do not pay, then hindi mako-cover ng insurance 'yon. Hindi yun automatic.
Ganda ng consultation natin, attorney. Gusto ko to. From Rossini Conwy, si Ma'am Rossini Conwy, how about services po? Say an employee was not able to communicate with the employer during the lockdown. Though there was no work, but employee did not communicate. Is that breach of contract?
Well, not really. Again, hindi nakapag-communicate. Kung i-reason out ng employee, it's because of COVID-19 kaya di ako nakapag-communicate.
Pwede rin, ano?
So again, for Tito's event na rin. Saka, yun nga, wala rin naman trabaho. Diba? No work, no pay naman tayo. So, wala problema ulit dito.
Furlough.
Yeah.
Thank you po.
Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin absent siya kasi talaga naman di nakapasok karamihan.
Totoo naman. In fact, yung iba nga attorney na taga Cavite had to go to Makati, nag-opt na lang sila na kung hindi sila i-furlough or pag-antayin ng 3 months para bumalik, mag-resign na lang sila kasi talagang it's a living hell out there kung makikipaglaban ka, especially nung first week of June.
It's different, let's say sa call centers during the lockdown, hinaus nila sa hotel for some call centers, hinaus nila yung mga agents sila sa hotel, so nakapagtrabaho pa rin yung mga yon. So it's a different matter. Okay, so from Rushid J. Sancon, good PM po, I would like to ask po the effect cancellation of pending event, wedding, brought fortuitous event ng COVID. In case the client paid a down payment, can they refund the whole down payment? Well, again, parang yung question kanina yan, depende. Okay, unang-una, walang may kasalanan kung bakit na-cancel or na-hold yung event. So, if there is no written contract, so tatanungin lang natin kung may pananagutan yung may-ari ng event, kung wala, then pwede niyang hindi i-refund. Pero kung may kontrata sila, again, it would depend sa terms and conditions ng kontrata. Okay. Attorney, paano daw yung mga nag-down payments sa schools pero hindi na kayang magpatuloy ang mga bata? Pwede bang ma-refund yung down payment sa schools? Oo, kasi kung hindi naman sila hindi. Sa schools kasi ang ginawa, consider pinasa na kagad eh. Okay. I-refund medyo mahirap pero legally speaking, dapat pwede eh. So, kasi nagbayad ka for the whole year pero hindi naman nabigay sa iyo yung serbisyo na binayaran mo eh. So dapat pwede mo talaga i-refund 'yon. Grabe, ang galing. Thank you, attorney. Arnold Mendoza, generally under the contract, if it's force majeure, contractor can claim for a time extension but not for additional cost. Is there a way for a contractor to still claim for additional cost as an effect of COVID-19 work suspension? Hindi. Kasi nga 3 months nilang pinakain yung mga construction workers. Well, hindi eh. Kasi kung during that 3-month period, hindi naman nagtatrabaho, hindi ka obligado magbayad. So there's no additional cost. Pero kung pinagtrabaho mo, during the 3-month period, wala tayong magagawa. Pero sabi po, attorney, na ito kasi mga displaced Filipinos from Bohol, from Zamboanga, nagpunta rito as construction workers. Sinagot ho namin 3 buwan pakain, ang laki ho ng lugi namin. At hindi sila nakapagtrabaho. Pero pinakain at nasa barracks at kasi pananagutin sila pag pinabayaan yung mga tao nila. Wala eh. Expense talaga nung nung contractor yun eh. Hindi mo siya pwedeng ipasa as additional cost. Kasi sa construction, magkakaroon ka lang na additional cost kung magbabago yung plano eh. Okay. Pero insofar as yung manpower cost is concerned, labas-labas na yung developer dun eh. Charge it to experience. Yes, sadly. Okay. From Arnold Mendoza pa rin,
For contracts to be awarded wherein COVID-19 was not considered during the bids, and following the premises that there is no additional cost for the effect of COVID-19 as force majeure, can contractor refuse to sign the contract unless there will be additional cost, and they can still recover the bid fund. Kung daming nanalo na ng kontrata.
Linawin lang natin. Ang situation is that nagkaroon ng bidding.
Nanalo siya before the
lockdown, let's say, or the COVID. And then,
ganito na, pipirma pa ba?
Well, kasi ano yan yung mga bidding na yan, may proseso yan and part of the process is the payment. So whether to pay or not, it's entirely up to that winning bidder.
Ayan.
Pero pwede siyang hindi pumirma, hindi mapupunta sa kanya yung project. Madi-disqualify siya. Okay. So the reason whether to pay or not, well, it's entirely up to the winning bidder.
Okay. Thank you po, Attorney. Anonymous attendee, if there are default payments since last year due to integrity issues of the loan firm, POGOs, or instance, am I still liable? Would there be any extension and or consideration? Harassment call, text messages, and threats for legal actions were performed by the financial firm. What is this? Any thoughts? Appreciate it. Thanks.
Again, can we clarify that? Ano yung situation niya?
Ma-clarify kasi yun lang yung sinabi ni Arnold Mendoza anonymous attendee pala.
Medyo hindi ko naintindihan yung situation.
Sige sir, ulitin po natin ha. Basahin ko.
Okay.
Sige. Verbatim to po, attorney ha.
Okay.
If there are default payments since last year due to integrity issues of the loan firm, kasi POGO yata yung nag-loan or...
Okay.
Am I still liable? Would there be any extension or consideration? Kasi daw may mga harassment calls siya, may mga text messages, may mga threats siya sa legal actions.
Okay. If we're talking about loan transaction, for sure merong kontrata yan So definitely he will still be liable if he's defaulting in his or her payments.
Sige po.
Ano lang yan, apply lang din natin yung Bayanihan to Heal as One Act. He can be given 30-day grace period, but the point is, he still needs to pay.
Ayun. Anonymous attendee ulit, attorney po. Under Bayanihan law, what is the reckoning period of 30 days? Is it end of ECQ or the lifting of GCQ?
End of the ECQ. End of the ECQ.
Kasi yung alam mo sa Google kasi naka-sync, in sync sa Google yung mga payments, yung mga due for payments ko So mga 3 days before, Google will remind me, Howell, your due date will be in 3 days. Sabi niya, please proceed to the closest smart branch or PLDT payment system. Thank you po. So lifting, end of ECQ, not the lifting of GCQ.
Yes.
Malinaw po sa ating lahat yan. Kerwin Tume, meaning total wreck not due to obliger's fault. Ito yung kanina ni sinabi niya dun sa na total wreck.
He still needs to pay. It's still a contract of loan.
Maria Freselinho, what if the action to enforce the obligation prescribed during the ECQ? Or what if the action to enforce the obligation prescribed during the ECQ? Is the obligation extinguished? Can the creditor use the ECQ that the date of prescription has been moved?
I don't understand how the enforcement ba yung nag-prescribe?
Sabi niya, what if the action to enforce
the action to enforce, I don't see any
was during ECQ period.
Yeah, I don't see a situation wherein the action to enforce would prescribe. If we're talking of, let's say, a contract of loan or a credit card payment, it will not prescribe. I mean,
actually, attorney nga yung mga credit card, di ba auto-generated yung interest nila for 3 months?
Yes.
They manually overrode it and they have canceled all the interest for the past 3 months.
Yes, because of the Bayanihan Act na there should be no additional penalty and other fees. And the accrued interest can be paid on a staggered basis.
Yes. Attorney, anonymous attendee, how about sales orders? Similar to pro forma invoice, also considered contract din po ba yung sales orders?
Yes, kasi it's an evidence. Otherwise kasi, you will not have those kinds of documents if you do not have any transaction with that person.
Okay.
So, ako, in the civil cases that I'm handling, if there is really no particular complete contract, pero merong mga ganyan, invoice, delivery receipt, then I use it as an evidence of indebtedness. Otherwise, those documents will not exist if there is no transaction.
Okay. Thank you po, attorney. Sonny Bob Cardinal, what if the force majeure provisions have different interpretations from both parties? For example, acts of government, we are submitting registration requirements abroad, but the Philippine government is unable to process our compliances due to lockdown.
Well, kanina na-discuss ko yan sa interpretation ng contract.
Mm-hmm.
If the wordings of the contract itself is ambiguous or it's not clear, then we just have to find what is the real intention of the parties, and that will govern. So it's always the intention of the parties.
Kasi kung subjective ito, magulo. Kasi nga,
mawawala naman yung diniscuss ko kanina, mutuality of contract. As I've said, kailangan mutually agree kayo dyan sa mga terms and conditions. So titingnan mo lang ano ba talaga ang intention ng parties do sa force majeure provision nila. Will there still be liability or not? So yun lang ang masusunod.
Another anonymous attendee is asking if there are, I think nabasa na to. Answer na to live. Arnold Mendoza, can COVID-19 be considered as change in legislation so contractor can claim for additional cost?
Change in legislation? I don't think so.
So hindi. Anonymous attendee, what if customers sign the contract but the price of raw materials as per manufacturer shoot up and the manufacturer cannot deliver based on the contract price? Can we chase the manufacturer from China to keep the same price?
Yes.
They said that the price of raw materials increased due to huge demand and COVID condition.
But that's the reason why we enter into contracts, especially dyan sa mga ganyang klaseng transactions, in order for us to peg yung cost natin. So there's already a contract na ito yung babayaran ko, ito yung cost na binibili ko, you cannot change that. Even if, let's say, magbago yung presyo ng raw materials, it's not my problem. We already have a contract, so we follow the contract.
Okay, thank you po, attorney. So, lugi yung manufacturer.
Lugi yung manufacturer.
Anonymous attendee, the loan contract provided by Pogo Loan Firm is not clear. It bears 20% interest per month. Is this lawful? The online loan firm is not SEC registered and no tax remittance to BIR. We can hardly pay the loan since the contract was provided after the loan amount is released.
So, if I understand it right, lumalabas masyadong mataas yung interest.
20% per month?
20%. Well, I can say na it is not, the interest is not valid. It is illegal. Although we don't have any usury law right now, pero based sa Supreme Court decision, our legal rate of interest right now is 12% per annum or 1%.
Sir, matindi, 20% per month.
Yeah, so malaki yan. It can be questioned pagka nagsampa ka ng demanda questioning that high interest, the court can lower it down.
Okay.
But still, you still have to pay the loan.
Ito yata yung hinaharas at may mga death threats kanina.
Well, that's a different matter kung ano yung kanilang collection strategy. May mga ganyan talaga na they employ threats and other means, pero that's already a collection strategy.
Ngayon. Joel Marcaida, can a non-notarized contract stand in a court of law?
Ayan, okay. Good question. We can put the question this way. What is the effect of a notary in a contract? Okay, I'll explain. Let's say it's a private contract. Let's say me and you, Howell, we have a contract. Okay. So since we're both private persons, that contract of ours is a private contract. Okay. Based on the definition of contract under the law, pag nagpirmahan tayong dalawa, that is already valid. That is a contract. Nag-agree tayo. There's meeting of the minds. Malinaw yung subject matter. No? Payag tayo sa lahat ng terms and conditions. Yung pag-affix mo ng signature mo, yun na yung proof na you're agreeing in all the terms and conditions. So in so far as both of us are concerned, that contract is already valid.
Ayun.
Whether ipanotaryo natin yan o hindi.
Okay.
Okay, now, sabi mo, attorney, ipanotaryo natin, and then pinanotaryo natin. What happens? Yung pagnotaryo, yung ating private document becomes now a public document because of the notary. Okay, now, what's the difference between a private and a public? So what? Okay, let's say later on, nagkaroon tayo ng kasuhan sa korte. Okay, and yung contract natin, prinesenta ng isa sa atin as an evidence. Kung notaryado yan, since it is a public document, it enjoys the presumption of regularity. Kumbaga, between a public and a private document, in terms of weight of evidence, mas mabigat yung public compared to the private. Okay. Pero in so far as the validity of the contract is concerned, it doesn't matter. Parehong valid yun.
Ayan. Galing. Thank you po, attorney. Magandang, ang dami kong natutunan sa inyo ngayon. I'm sure the HR practitioners have learned so much as well from you. May time pa po tayo, attorney. Pwede po mag-entertain pa tayo ng maraming questions?
Sure.
Anonymous attendee, what if customer confirmed order via SMS? Can we use it as legal binding?
Yes. SMS. Okay. Yes, kasi meron na tayong electronic evidence rule.
Ayun, that's what you call electronic evidence.
Yes.
Follow-up question by Arnold Mendoza, change in legislation, issuance from Department of Health or IATF concerning COVID-19, since construction cannot be in full blast because of less than 50% of manpower and social distancing is in effect, it will reduce productivity, thereby delaying the project timeline. In effect, longer standby period for equipment and probably manpower. Totoo yun, ano? Hindi na ma-maximize yung mga equipment that they have rented. Ang mahal niyan. So, paano daw kaya yun, attorney?
Actually, I do not call it a change of legislation. Kasi when we call legislation, kasi these are laws passed by Congress. So, yung mga binibigay ng IATF, it has the effect of a law, pero the way I understand it, basta kung sabihin ng IATF na this is the policy right now, then all we need to do is to follow. We cannot question that.
Thank you po. Another question from an anonymous attendee. What if customers signed the contract, then changed the mind not to proceed? Can we honor it?
Yes, there's already a contract. They have already signed it. So when you affix your signature, you already sign your conformity to all the terms and conditions of the contract. Even if you change your mind later on, sorry na lang sa'yo. Wala ka na magagawa kasi you have entered into a contract already.
Okay. Thank you, attorney. Attorney, ako naman personally, kasi may mga contract kami ng Ariva. For example, na-close namin yung deal. Supposedly, ang training is March, kaso hindi natuloy. And nakalagay sa contract na they have to pay 50% in advance. And then yung another 50% would be after the training has been conducted already. So ano kayang pwede namin gawin doon? Or, naawa naman kaming maningil kasi nga hindi naman natuloy.
Well, pwede naman let's just put it on hold for the meantime until such time na we can resume those lectures, those seminars.
Kasi talagang unawaan na lang, attorney, sa panahon ito, no? So we can't just always be legal. Sometimes you have to be moral as well.
Kasi pag pinilit mo din, sasabihin nila, pagbabayarin mo ako, pero may kapalit yung bayad ko hindi mo rin naman ma-deliver
Yeah, totoo yan.
Again, mutuality. Kung may nagbabayad, may kapalit yung bayad na yon. So, kung gusto mo maningil, make sure na kaya mo i-deliver naman yung kapalit. Ganun lang yan.
Thank you po, attorney. From Rossini Conwy naman. How about if the employer cannot pay the salary because of COVID? And out of goodwill, just gives 20 to 30% of the salary as a goodwill.
That would be a violation of the labor code.
Ayan.
So, kung nagtrabaho yung tao, you must pay that employee in accordance dun sa talagang dapat na sahod niya. Hindi mo siya pwede bawasan. Violation ng labor code na yun.
So, yun. So, pwede rin siguro kung hindi naman nagtrabaho, tapos hindi pa naman tinatanggal at binigyan mo ng 20 to 30%, thankfully, mas maganda yun. Yung hindi mo trabaho na binigyan mo ng ayuda.
That would be generosity of the employer na yun. Kasi no work, no pay tayo, pero nagbayad ka pa rin at least 20 to 30%. Yes. The employee should be grateful.
From Sonny Bob Cardinal, can a force majeure event like COVID pandemic be used as a reason to cancel na lang the contract, terminate na lang the contract?
It would depend. It would depend. Kasi kunyari, let's say, yung isa dapat magbabayad. Pero as I've said, isa may kapalit naman na dapat gagawin. Pero hindi natin matutuloy because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We can easily cancel it.
Ayan.
It's either we cancel or we postpone it on a future date.
Put on hold na lang, pwede rin naman.
Pwede rin naman. So, depende rin sa parties. Pero kung sa tingin nila na it's better to cancel it, why not? Wala namang naargabyado Ang problema lang dito, let's say yung mga meron ng down payment. That would be an issue. That would be an issue.
Thank you po. Attorney, from an anonymous attendee, can a bank withdraw its loan approval which was given prior to the ECQ?
I think no. If there is really proof that it was given already, it was already approved, then they cannot get it back.
Ayan. So in fact, attorney, ako nung February, I received an approval of a loan for a very expensive car. Buti na lang nag-ipon ako ng pang-down for March. Tapos nagka-lockdown. Ngayong early June, sinasabi, "Sir, kunin mo na tong kotse." Sabi ko, "No, thank you. I'll just put it on hold." Kasi imagine, buti na lang hindi ko agad kinuha. Otherwise, 3 months would have hurt me so much.
Yeah, and you're already bound by it.
Oo, ayun. So, pero yun nga, attorney, 3 months after, they still say that the loan approval is still valid.
Yes, it's still valid. It's up to you kung itutuloy yung loan mo o hindi.
So ako, I decided not to get it anymore.
Ayun.
Kasi hindi ko kailangan ngayon yun Kailangan natin pagkain.
Pero doon sa nag-ask ng question, if he or she wants to proceed with the loan, pwede. Kasi it was already approved.
Yun. So hindi pwedeng kunin or ibawiin ng bangko. 6 months. Cromwell, ayan. Ito si best in recitation, si Sir Cromwell Maestrado. Mobile lenders are debt shaming their borrowers by texting their contacts about their outstanding debt. Online lending apps accused of shaming borrowers by texting contacts. What legal thing to do? Or what legal to file daw, sabi ni Cromwell. Pero I think last year may nagkauso-uso yan
Yes. Depende. Yung debt shaming bang ginagawa, ano ba yung nakalagay? Kasi will it fall
makabayan, sinishame yung mga mangungutang.
But the point is, will it fall under cyber libel o hindi? Or does it violate the Data Privacy Act?
Mm.
So, yun yung
Yun,
mga
totoo yun.
angulong dapat tignan. So,
Especially those who take snapshots of their
the
clients and
face, the
borrowers, tapos
name.
i-shame nila sa Facebook, no?
Yes, especially if it's not true.
Especially if it's not true.
Yes.
So, ang sabi ni Ma'am Rosini Conway, no, hindi po naman sila nagtatrabaho. Pero binigyan nila ng 20 to 30%. Wow, ang bait nila.
Wow. I salute the employer.
Sana all, Ma'am Rosini, sana all.
Yes. I salute the employer.
Sana all employers are like you. Anonymous attendee, what if the operation stopped due to COVID-19 and the tenant can no longer pay the balance the balance due, and there is still security deposit that could have covered 80% of the balance? Can the lessee take it from there and hold nothing against the tenant since tenant business is no longer running? Usually, deposit naman ng mga
parang pre-termination ang ibig niyang sabihin.
Ipambayad na lang siguro yung security deposit.
Depende sa again, depende kung ano nakalagay doon sa contract of lease. If there is a pre-termination clause, then that would govern. Kung wala, depende na sa usapan nila ng lessor. Meron akong client na meron silang inuupahan sa mall. I think Robinsons. Sa Ayala. And then ang ginawa ng Ayala, yung 3 months, the lockdown period, yung half ng March, and then April and May, talagang hindi nila pinabayaran doon sa mga stall owners. So, it would depend. So, doon, in that case, yung Ayala, hindi na nag-base kung ano yung nakalagay sa kontrata nila. Out of its generosity, sila na nagsabi, sige, wag na muna kayong magbayad during those periods.
Yung gusto natin, yung mga may pusong mayayaman na may-ari ng mga kumpanya at may-ari nitong mga malls na ito, we want them, we want to emulate them. We want other businesses to emulate them.
Pero by the way, usually sa contract of lease din, kung let's say you really have the obligation to pay and you fail to pay the monthly rent, kung magkakaroon ka ng default, I think that would be one reason para i-terminate yung contract mo.
Ayun.
Yeah.
Attorney, punta tayo sa mga present questions. Na-receive niyo ba itong mga present questions natin?
Yes.
Okay, so sorry, from Sunny Bob, how to handle or propose counter proposals in case there are misunderstandings on interpretation of force majeure clauses. Oo nga.
Nasagot ko na kanina yan. Again, titignan natin kung ano talaga yung real intention ng parties do sa contract.
Equality, attorney?
I mean, madali naman tignan yun kung ano talaga ibig nila sabihin do sa force majeure provision nila. Ang tanong lang doon, will there still be liability in the happening of a force majeure or not? So, yun lang ang titignan natin doon.
Ayan. From Juliet, I am canceling my unexpired lease contract. It's a youth center rental. Will I be refunded my 3-month deposit? I am giving up the youth center this July 2020 because the youth have not been using it since the ECQ. And my business that pays for the rental has been badly affected by the pandemic. Kawawa naman si Ma'am Juliet.
Well, it would depend on the terms and conditions of the contract of lease. There are contract of lease na pagka ganyang sitwasyon, forfeited lahat, including the security deposit. So it would depend on the terms and conditions, and it would depend on the attitude or the generosity of the lessor.
A youth center to so giving back to, or paying it forward, sana yung may-ari ng building na to maging mabait.
Parang yung mga nagre-rent ng spaces for gyms. Matagal nang walang gym starting since the start of the lockdown. So paano yung mga rent nila? Wala namang activity. So sing banana.
Puso na lang talaga,
Puso na lang, that's true.
Ayan. Agnes Joy, in an event that the client postpones What is the reasonable length of time that the client may be allowed to avail of the contracted services at the same cost?
Well, depende na sa pag-uusap nila unless it is stipulated in the contract. Yung mga anticipate nila yung ganyang situation. If none, then nasa pag-uusap na lang nila yan.
Ayan. Denise Camille, is COVID-19 a black swan or considered a black swan?
What is a black swan?
Well, unforeseen events din to. Something that surprises us. So I think,
well, yes.
I believe it's a black swan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So when a black swan appears, we have to be ready to pivot. Yun na lang. Gary, is ECQ a force majeure event? You already answered it.
Yes.
Selimar, is it okay to terminate employee during the pandemic?
Terminate, I'm not sure kung may linabas ang Department of Labor and Employment na memorandum regarding that. Pero alam ko, bawal mag-terminate during the pandemic.
Opo. In fact, attorney, meron kaming speaker dito, HR consultant, one of the best HR consultant. Ang sabi niya, wag naman. Kung ang reason is walang masakyan from Cavite to Manila, wag niyong terminate. Kawawa naman talaga.
Pero ibang usapan kung let's say may ginawang ibang yung empleyado. If it falls to the grounds for termination, then wala tayong magagawa. Pero kung ang reason for terminating is the pandemic, hindi pwede.
Thank you po. From Belinda, reduction of manpower due to retrenchment as effect of COVID-19. Can this be added as safety net in the E2E contract for new hires?
What does it mean?
Reduction of manpower. Yun nga, ano kaya ibig sabihin ni Belinda? Pero let's assume na magbabawas sila because of ng manpower because of COVID-19.
Well, actually, yan ang nangyayari sa ngayon. In fact, in my FB wall, meron ako article about that, COVID-19 and retrenchment. Kasi nga, yan yung nangyayari in most companies right now. Well, the employers are allowed to effect a retrenchment program. Kasi kung talagang hindi na kaya ng negosyo, wala tayong magagawa. It is provided for naman under the labor code. As long as you follow the necessary procedure.
Tama, attorney. Ang maganda lang sa ginawa ng, for example, si Sir Ron Thomas from Dubai, ang ginawa nila when they tried to retrench their employees, nag-build sila ng bridge to ensure na may malilipatang trabaho or may makukusyon yung fall ng mare-retrench na employees. Ang galing.
Well, at least ganun yung attitude ng employer na yon. Pero legally speaking, pwede silang mag-retrench and wala. As in, effect lang nila yung retrenchment program.
Okay, thank you po, attorney. Marinette, what are the lessons brought about by COVID-19 to business in terms of deliveries, distributorship agreements, and the allowable changes to incorporate in these contracts?
Ay, marami yan.
Marami.
I mean, talagang natuto tayo sa effect ng COVID-19. Di ba, we're talking of new normal right now. So we have to really change our business model in order to adapt to the new normal. Otherwise, mahihirapan yung negosyo natin.
Totoo yan. So Michael John has 4 questions. The first 3 has been answered already. I'll read the 4th. Cargo originally shipped and prepared very smooth and clean. But during shipment, inside the container, it encountered problems like leak. Whereas during loading, the cargo inspected by its third party was no leak and clean. Can we tell that we will not pay for it because it went beyond our control and is under force majeure?
I don't think it's under force majeure because
mishandling
Mishandling, oo. Mishandling, may leak Oo. So, sagutin niya ng cargo.
Ayan. In fact, di ba, nung huling, nung last Friday, galit na galit po ang ating mahal na presidente sa JNT. Kasi nag-viral yung tinatapon ng mga grabe, di ba, mga parcels. So, ang mananagot doon ay ang
yung shipping company.
Shipping company. Thank you po. So, wow. Just 2 more questions, attorney. Okay lang po? Melanie, what is lessee's protection in times of COVID-19? Is COVID-19 considered? Yeah, it's been considered force majeure. So ano pa daw yung mga lessee's protection
Wala, we are confined doon sa bayanihan to heal as one act. Well, yung kaninang may nag-question na minention niya yung DTI memorandum. Well, yan. Kung ano lang yung pinapayagan ng gobyerno sa ngayon, hanggang doon lang talaga tayo. But we cannot create our own policy or our own benefit because of COVID-19.
So thank you po, Attorney. Itong last question, nasagot nyo na. Nevertheless, let me just read this. This from Ma'am Rizalina. What is the Bayanihan Act when it comes to rental during lockdown? Can we request from the lessors to freeze our rental? So at least nasagot na natin to. But we just want to read it to thank Ma'am Rizalina.
Okay.
Attorney Oliver Yuan, bago namin kayo palakpakan, gusto ko munang tanungin kayo. We call it the last minute or the takeaway. Ano yung gusto mong isipin namin bago kami matulog mamaya? Nuggets of wisdom that could benefit all of us.
For the people who are in business, it's very important that in every transaction, you have executed the right contract. And every transaction must be documented. Ito yung lagi ko sinasabi sa mga clients ko eh. As much as possible, iwasan mo although, as I've said, verbal agreements are valid, but it is not practical. Okay, so in order to protect your interest, your business, all transactions must be documented and you should have the right contracts.
Ayan. And thank you so much, Attorney. In fact, marami magkaibigan ang nag-away dahil sa pera.
Yes. Magkaibigan, magkapamilya.
Pamilya, nag-away dahil sa pera kasi verbal agreement lang. So maganda yung sinabi mo, Attorney. We thank you for that. In fact, si Ma'am Rosini ang sabi, clap, clap, clap. Salamat po. Very informative.
Thank you.
She resonated all of our thoughts, all of us. Those are our thoughts. So maraming salamat, Attorney Oliver Yuan. Attorney, meron ba kayong upcoming event with Ariva or anything that you do, that you render for the public that we can benefit from?
Pinag-uusapan pa. Pinag-uusapan pa. So far, wala pa.
May Facebook page ka po ba, Attorney, na pwede namin i-follow?
Yeah, Oliver S. Yuan.
Ayan.
Nagpo-post ako doon ng mga legal articles.
Wow. Thank you so much, Attorney. Maraming salamat. 1.5 hours of legal information that has not only informed us, has grown us, and has cleared away all those gray clouds over our head about force majeure and pandemic. Maraming salamat, Attorney, ha? And hopefully may part 2 and 3 ito. So, kami sasaya. At sa
Thank
you so much, everybody. Big hand for Attorney Oliver. And now let's welcome back on screen our beautiful president, Ms. Irish Malonda Samson. Ayan.
Thank you, Sir Howell. Okay, everyone, a big hand for Attorney Oliver Yuan. Virtual clap. Thank you so much. So, very informative nga, no, Sir Howell. Nakatulala ako. Nakikinig ako.
Practical, and it has cleared away all the questions in our minds.
Yes, sir.
Ano na?
Your takeaway. So from today,
natin sila.
Yes. Of course, our participants share with us kung anong natutunan nyo po for this webinar. And of course, Sir Howell, what's yours?
Ako yung nagustuhan ko.
Now on, what will you do in entering a contract?
So I thought all the while, let me tell you this, all the while I thought that the only contracts that will be honored by the court is a notarized contract. Yun ang alam ko. I'm already 47. I'll be 48 this month. And in my almost 48 years of existence, ang akala ko lang na i-honor ng korte yung notarized. So maganda yung sinabi ni attorney na pwede naman kasi nga it's a private contract, may honor pa rin siya. But then again, to be safe at mas mabigat yung timbang, ipanotarize.
Ipanotarize, definitely, of course. And Sir Howell, thank you so much for moderating our session. Let's check kung, ayan, puro thank yous.
Puro thank you, ano?
Yes, puro thank you. Okay.
Speaking of thank you, I wish. thank you sa Ariva family. Napakaganda ng camera na to. Thank you, Madam Iris.
You're welcome.
Chef,
You're welcome, sir.
Madam Ann and Madam VP Mitch. Maraming salamat. Grabe. Parang naging cute ako dito. Salamat. Oh.
You're welcome, Sir Howell. Of course. Yeah. Thank you for moderating our session from April, starting April.
Alam mo, kahit abot, wag naman sana, pero kahit ilang buwan o taon pa ito, it's always an honor to do this kasi ganyan ko kamahal ang Ariva fans.
Super thankful kami sa inyo, Sir Howell. And of course, thank you for moderating our session today.
Always a pleasure. Kailan ulit tayo makikita?
On Thursday, sir.
On Thursday. So maraming salamat. Stay beautiful,
Thank
J-Lo.
you. Okay,
thanks, everyone.
Please don't go away. I still have a few announcements to make. Okay, Ariva Academy would like to thank the following win-win partners. We would like to thank our official media partner, Art Plus Magazine, digital media partners, Focus Media, Globaltronics, City Advertising Ventures, Outcome, Elevate Media. For win-win partners, thank you to Brother, Faber-Castell, Gluta-C, Moringa O2, KFC, Mr. Donut, Tokyo, Lotus Biscoff, Boss Job, Cert Technology Inc., Finma Properties, Salary Jet, Frontier Software, Ilawi Korea, Kittleson and Carpo Consulting, Enchanted Kingdom, Disperse, Cosmotech Philippines Inc., MindChomp's virtual preschool program. To register, please call them at 0906-486-0710 or email them at disacanabe@mindchomps.org. Essential Safety Products PH for your personal protective equipment for your health and safety compliance requirements. Please email them at essentialsafetyph@gmail.com. And if you want to place your ads here, advertise your company, your services, your logo, have a brand exposure to thousands of viewers at Zoom, LinkedIn, Facebook, please email us at marketing@ariva.com.ph. Again, it's marketing@ariva.com.ph. Stay on top of our insights and our updates. Stay connected. Visit us on our social media sites. Please join the Ariva Academy Facebook group, like the Ariva Academy Facebook fan page, follow the Ariva Academy Facebook LinkedIn page, and visit us on our website. It's www.ariva.com.ph. And if you want to watch the replay of our e-learning session with Atty. Oliver Yuan and our previous e-learning sessions, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Ariva Academy and Ariva Talks. Again, it's Ariva Academy and Ariva Talks. For our upcoming online learning sessions, we would like to invite you an e-learning masterclass, of course, powered by Ariva Academy Digital Marketing Intensive Masterclass. This will be on Thursday, July 9, 3 to 5 in the afternoon, and this will be discussed by Mr. Chris Rando. Another e-learning masterclass, Accounts Retention, Recovering Management in the New Normal, Strategies and Initiatives to Avoid Losing Customers, Clients, Relations. This will be on Friday. We have 2 parts. Morning session will be at 10 to 12:30, and in the afternoon session will be 3 to 5:30, okay? An e-learning masterclass, of course, by Mr. Jonathan Yabut, how to execute webinars, online meetings, and virtual conferences. This will be on Tuesday, July 14, 4 to 6 in the afternoon, and this is only $799 per participant. Another e-learning masterclass, of course, by none other than Mr. Howell Mabalot, Leadership Skills for Supervisors in Turbulent Times. This will be on Thursday, July 16, 3 to 5 in the afternoon, and this is only $599 per participant. Another e-learning masterclass, Realigning Supply Chain and Logistics Strategies and Initiatives in the New Normal, Friday, July 17. Pivoting Your Career, How to Be a Virtual Assistant Without an Experience, July 17 and 18. That's going to be Friday and Saturday, 2 to 6 in the afternoon. And we have invited Maria Dolores Garner Florentino to discuss the session. And of course, we would like to invite you, Health and Safety Works virtual forum. This will be on July 27 and 28. This is a 2-day forum, 10 to 12 in the morning and 2 to 5 in the afternoon, building a proactive safety and health culture. Please do join us. And of course, we would like to invite you. Please do save the dates. This will be on October 26 to 30. This is a 5-day virtual journey, 5-day learning event. The Asia's highly anticipated HR learning event, the Philippine HR Congress, Transcendence, Converging People Science and Technology, Reinventing HR, Redefining Experiences in the New Normal. Please do email us to register. And if you want to customize an e-learning session for your team, for your company, please do email me at 09166, please do call me at 09166954418 or email me at irish.arivaacademy@gmail.com. And that's it. Hope you learned a lot from Atty. Oliver Yuan. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Again, this is Irish Malonda Samson. This has been another e-learning session brought to you by Ariva Academy. In Ariva, it's all about being better. Please stay safe and have a great day. Thank you.